You're lying awake at 3 a.m. again. The silence in the room is deafening, but the noise in your head is louder. It's the math that won't add up. The grocery bills that double while your paycheck stays the same. The fear that one medical emergency, one car breakdown, or one geopolitical shift across the globe could shatter everything you've worked for. It's not just stress anymore. It's an exhaustion that bone deep. If the weight of being the provider in a broken world is making you wonder if it's even worth it to wake up tomorrow, please just give me these next 10 minutes. There's a path out of this paralysis, but it starts by letting go of the one thing you are desperately trying to keep. We were sold a promise. If you worked hard, if you paid your taxes, if you carried the burden without complaining, you would be safe. You would be stable. But that promise is fraying at the edges. For many in America today, the American dream has become a predatory loan. We watch billions of dollars being allocated to conflicts in faraway lands, like the Middle East or Eastern Europe, while at home, the cost of existence feels like a slow-motion strangulation. If you have anxiety, this world doesn't feel like a home. It feels like a battlefield, where the weapons are inflation, debt, and the constant threat of a future you cannot predict. For someone battling depression, this external chaos validates your internal darkness. It tells you, see, it really is hopeless. And for those who have thought about ending the fight, the pressure to provide, to keep the family afloat while the water keeps rising, can feel like the final, unbearable weight. You are tired of fighting a war you never asked to be a part of. It is in this exact moment of paralysis that the voice of the philosopher Alan Watts emerges from the noise. He didn't offer a solution to the economy or a peace treaty for the wars. He offered something more profound, a truce with reality. Watts spent his life exploring Eastern philosophy and translating it for a Western mind obsessed with control. He spoke of the wisdom of insecurity. He argued that our suffering doesn't come from the world being unpredictable. It comes from our desperate, violent attempt to force it to be predictable. He used the analogy of trying to capture a single drop of water. The tighter you clench your fist to hold it, the faster it escapes through your fingers. But if you open your hand, you can hold the entire river. The rock doesn't survive the river by being harder than the water. It survives by becoming part the river's path. Watts taught that trying to build a perfectly stable life in a constantly changing universe is like trying to wrap a gift in air. It's a futile task that only leads to exhaustion, anxiety, and eventually total collapse. The only way to find peace is to stop resisting the flow. What does this mean for you, watching this right now? Stressed about next month's rent? It means you have permission to stop carrying the world on your shoulders. You are not responsible for the geopolitical outcome, the Federal Reserve's decisions, or the global energy supply. You are only responsible for this present moment. Watts wrote, "If I am afraid of fear, I am resisting fear. If I am not afraid of fear, I am accepting it." Let go of the need to know how it all ends. Let go of the requirement to be the perfect provider in an imperfect system. Let go of the crushing obligation to fix your life today. Today, all you have to do is survive. To those feeling a darkness so deep that leaving seems like the only option, please understand that the pain you are feeling is the pain of 1,000 things you cannot control, crushing a spirit that was meant to flow. You are not a failure. You are a human being experiencing a turbulent historical era. Your value isn't your productivity or your bank balance. It is your breath. The world is breaking, but you don't have to break with it. So when the anxiety spikes tomorrow, or when the depression tells you there's no way out, look at a river. It doesn't ask for a map. It doesn't worry about where it's going. It simply moves. It flows around the obstacles. Sometimes it's a calm stream. Sometimes it's a raging waterfall. But it is always moving. Alan Watts reminds us that we are all a movement, a flowing. Trust the current. Trust that you can handle this moment, even if you can't handle the next year. You have already survived every single bad day that has come your way. You are stronger than the headlines. You are deeper than your fears. Water is moving, one breath at a time. Stay here. Flow with us.